Hit that like button, just like Tyson.
I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out!
Man, what's that word? What's that word? What's the word, family? Back when we still applying pressure. It's all these fake black media outlets, man.
Fresh out the feds and I'm back at it. Got black magic.
We got a new one, too. We got a new one. We got the Get Along Gang. The Get Along Gang that we want to talk about as well. But let's get right to it, man. All right, Death Row R&B artist Danny Boy came out and admitted that he had sex with Mary J. Blige when he was 15 or 16 years old. She was well into her adult years. In fact, he said that she jumped behind a couch when somebody knocked on the door and said, "Oh, it might be K." But I don't think she was running from KC, man. She was running from the fact that she was in a room with a teenager. I'm going to let Danny Boy say this in his own words, and I'll be back with more commentary. But I just want to say this. Pedophilia and the entertainment sector is out of control. If R. Kelly can be investigated for 20-year-old charges, you know, why can't these guys be investigated for charges that they've been accused of? We got all the evidence we need all over the internet, just like they had the evidence they needed on R. Kelly Lifetime or whatever the hell channel that show was on. But I want y'all to check this out. Check out what Danny Boy said happened between him and Mary J. Blige when he was a 15-year-old man. Now, see, one thing about this video before I play it, Danny Boy is actually proud of it. He's very proud of it. He's happy. He's, you know, smiling, giggling about it, you know, but it still doesn't change the fact that she was a predator when it came to a 15-year-old boy. The only thing about this story is I find it odd that it's coming out right now because I do believe she's up for some type of award right now, some type of icon or lifetime achievement award. So I find that kind of odd that the story came out. But I'm going to leave that up to y'all in the comment section to let me know how y'all feel about this particular story. Now let's get into Danny Boy in his own words.
While you was in New York for the Source Awards, that's the first time you met Mary J. Blige and Puff Daddy baby mama Misa, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I met after the award show, we went up to the room. I forgot what hotel it was. The Suge would always have the biggest room in the damn building, the presidential suite. And I was in the room and Suge called me. He said, "Come upstairs for a minute." And my god brother was there with me. He said, "Come up by yourself." So when he said that, it's either it's another girl upstairs for me, or somebody probably finna get their ass whooped or something. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, oh man, here we go. I get up to the room and it's a table full of girls sitting around the table. And they all eating, everybody eating, and they ordering food, and some of the homies are in the room. And Misa's sitting there. Misa is Puffy's baby mother. Devontae's one of Devontae's baby mama, and I think Casey's baby mama was up there. No, it wasn't. It was Devontae's baby mama and Mary and a couple other chicks that was at the table. And we talking and we drinking. And you know, I'm kind of excited again. I'm from the west side of Chicago, and who doesn't look up to Mary J. Blige as, like, you know, one of the queens, you know, of that time. She's a queen of R&B at that time, at least in the hood. And we up there chilling, and drinking and drinking. And I think after I left for a little while, we was talking. I think I left out, and Suge called me back up to the room. He said, come back upstairs, man. Old girl want to see you. The fuck is old girl? I'm thinking one of the other girls that was at the table. And I get up there to the room. Suge's in his room, and Misa's sitting on the bed with a sheet wrapped around her. You know, you can kind of see like her nice body, and she got this sheet wrapped around her.
Right.
And Mary sitting on the couch.
Mm.
So I know the girl that he in the bed with don't want me. So I went in, he closed the door and shit, and I sit down and I start talking to Mary. And the inside, I'm about to lose it because I'm actually sitting here talking to Mary. She's sitting on the couch and shit, and we ordered some food and some more drinks. And somebody knocked on the window, knocked on the door. She ran and kind of damn near jumped behind the couch hiding. I'm looking like, what's your problem is? And she make sure that's not K. K. You know, and I'm like, oh, man, I don't care. You know, I'm talking to him. I don't care who he is. You ain't got to be running and jumping and did it. But she was actually talking about KC. She was thinking that KC she had like this postpartum type, you know, the shit that people in the army probably go through when they hear bangs. Like when it came to KC at that time.
Right.
You know, and she's sitting on the couch and shit. I'm like, you know, you ain't got to worry about him. You know, you straight. You did it like I'm 15, 16 years old. And she laying on the couch. And I'm sitting on the other end. And she lay down on the couch and put her head in my lap. He can't be talking about Mary. Was talking about she wanted me to come back up here and now she's on my lap. And I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, what is this going to end up to? And she stayed a couple more hours. And we decided to go in the other room because it was a suite. We went in another room and lay down. And she lay down with me and she kind of like backed up against me. And every time she back up against me, I would move away and shit. You know? And from that time, I had an opportunity to go out to New York and visit her a couple more times. But, you know, that's why I was kind of confused when I heard Kurt saying that Mary was pot girl. Because at that time.
Oh, wow. What y'all think about that, ladies and gentlemen? 15-year-old boy invited up to Mary J. Blige's room. And, you know, like I said, he's taking it pretty lightly because he's a male. He's fucking one of the baddest bitches in the game at that point in time, the queen of R&B. So, you know, you're a 15-year-old boy up and coming. You're hanging around Suge Knight, Tupac, KC, JoJo, all them other cats. You end up smashing Mary J. Blige. Now, my thing is the pedophilia part. Because as the brother Kwame Brown said, it's the go along, get along game. Brings us to this. The other day, I saw a video that the good brother, Willie D, made, right? Now, in this video, it seemed that Willie D was trying to protect Charlamagne the God's image and saying, we got Wendy Williams' ex-husband on video or whatever, saying that he orchestrated everything that's going on with Charlamagne the God. Now, see, that's why I call it the go along, get along game. And I want to do a video about that, but Willie D has since then took that video down. I'm not able to find that video where he's talking about Wendy Williams' broke ass ex-husband. You know what I'm saying? Because it just didn't add up to me when I first heard it. Now, I wanted to do a video about that a week ago and say, why are you protecting the man that put Spanish fly in the young female's drink, drugged her, and raped her? You know, we got Bill Cosby in jail right now for similar charges. And we got this guy running around free. It just don't add up. We got R. Kelly locked up for something that happened 20 years ago. In fact, ain't nobody came out and said I was a teenager when this happened to me. But we got this young lady saying that she was a teenager when this happened to her, and we're not taking action. It's almost being swept under the rug. Now, Willie D is part of the go along, get along gang because he wants us to believe that Wendy Williams' ex-husband orchestrated a hit on Charlamagne the God right now. Now, he might take credit for it, but ain't nobody stupid but Willie D. Because if you believe that Wendy Williams' husband got anything to do with this, I think that's bananas, and I think that's cockamamie bull. You know, but Willie D actually protected this guy. There was another video that another guy put out saying that Willie D was kissing up the Charlamagne's ass. You know what I'm saying? I thought Willie D was one of the good brothers in the hood. a brother that used his common sense. But evidently, he don't use his common sense, man. It's all about star power to him. He's at Boyce Watkins' wedding. He's in Charlamagne's comment section saying he got his back. He's making videos saying that, like, we gonna believe Wendy Williams' husband. You know what I'm saying? He got enough power to defeat the mighty, mighty Breakfast Club. Get the fuck out of here, Willie D. I don't believe that at all, man.
That kind of shit. I done had a rape charge before.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I don't even
charge.
play them.
You got like a charge? How you beat that?
Because I didn't do it. It was a criminal sexual conduct with a minor charge.
That mean you would have to like register for this.
Yeah, I was.
Right?
It was the year 2000, 2001. And I think I was like 20. I was 20 years old. My cousin had just graduated from high school, and he had got a scholarship to Penn State University. And I had a party, and I had all of these chicks at a party. Like, I was doing overnights I was working at Z93 then. So I had all these chicks there that I met through radio, and chicks that my dude had known. So I used to always see this chick with my dude. So I bought. I invited her to the party. So she was at the party and shit. She got drunk, high, whatever. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes. I'm asking them, did they mess with the chick, after the fact, after she pressed charges? And they was like, no. But they was like, yo, she's bugging. I remember the night of, they was like, yo, she's in here bugging out. She's kicking over the TV and she's trying to set shit on fire. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I had left. So the next morning, I'm hearing she said she got raped. She got raped. So I go to the hood to ask what happened. They like, yeah, my cousin who had got the scholarship, yeah, he's in jail now. What you mean he's in jail? He's in jail. They said he raped the girl. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I go down to the jailhouse, talk to the detective myself. No, they got no one for me. I just told the detective, like, hey, look, I take full responsibility for anything that happened in the house last night.
You gonna take the case?
No, but I told her, I said, as far as I know, because I asked around, anybody fuck up? I'm like, yo, nobody got raped, yada, yada, yada. They didn't even have my cousin in custody. My other cousins was fucking with me because they was mad they didn't get invited to the party. Hating ass motherfuckers. So my cousin wasn't even in custody. So I went down to the jailhouse for nothing. So I'm like, yo, I take full responsibility for everything. I bought the alcohol. They was like, well, you're not even of age to buy alcohol. And I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Well, I got a crackhead to get it from you. Whatever.
They went down there copping out pleas with
they had to do shit. Yeah. So 2 weeks later, they come and arrest me for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So I had to give blood and hair follicles.
Oh, you going down there to initially explain it?
They ain't had nobody else depending on. So
listen, y'all, criminal sexual abuse of a minor. So that means that the girl was a minor. Charlamagne was not a minor. He said he was 20 years old. That's not a minor. But at the same time, we're getting reports that he was actually about 22 or 23 when this happened. But he got criminal sexual assault of a minor. From him going to the police station and telling on himself, say, hey, my cousin down here, nobody got raped. You know what I'm saying?
Being that I went down there and took full responsibility, well, lock him up.
Did it get through, you got indicted on it and everything? Or
now I went to court. With the court, they reduced the charges to like contributing to the delinquency of a minor because I had to give blood and all, DNA samples, and it wasn't me. Whoever.
You said it wasn't him, right? You said it wasn't him.
Touched it, it wasn't me.
They didn't get no jail time over that?
Nah.
So yeah, Charlamagne the God said that it wasn't him, but he was charged with sexual abuse of a minor. All right, so that's what he said on that show. Now, I want y'all to check this out and see that this guy changed his tune, or that he's a creep and he agrees with raping women.
Carolina, I got this girl real drunk, and I fought. That sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk. I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly. Oh, so you raped her? Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking. They sell knives at the store too. You can put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal. So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk as shit, and we had sex and shit, and like. A lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, she like, I can't. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to treat you. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So it's just one-on-one. It ain't right. Yeah. So the next So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then
Right
a couple
there.
days later.
Right there. The last video, you guys heard him clearly say he did not touch her. He went home. But right here, he says the next morning, he told the girl, we had sex. There we go. There we go, Charlamagne. Like Funkmaster Flex said, you told on yourself. You're a weirdo. You're telling on yourself, you fucking weirdo. You went to the police station. You told on yourself instead of calling down there and say, hey, man, it's my cousin here. What is he locked up for? You went down there and said, anything happened at that house? I did it. I'm a fucking weirdo. I'm a rapist. I brought Spanish fly. Let's go.
She's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? Because one of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. I was there the whole time. Yeah. He did not fuck her. Yeah. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker there.
Man. A girl just
a real bad situation if it would have been somebody else there. Like they would have probably raped you like I did, but raped you with less care.
Said, yo, at least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her. I did not rape her.
If it was any of your cousins or friends who have been raped,
I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the
15-year-old girl? He was actually charged with delinquency of a minor. So she was 15 years old. That's what I don't understand. Why do he get to laugh about having sex with a 15-year-old girl? We got R. Kelly locked up for a similar charge. Bill Cosby, same thing. He's drug and drinks. He admitted it on radio.
Spanish Fly.
I was a freaky. I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but I was listen.
Was she passed out while you fucked her?
Nah, she wasn't like. She was like one of those drunks where she was one of those drunks where like she was one of those drunks where she was like she wasn't coherent, but she was up.
She wasn't coherent.
Like when you're blacked out.
So she wasn't coherent. What does that mean, Charlamagne the God? I mean, you took advantage of a teenager. Man, somebody need to blow the bull horns for this one. Willie D, I can't believe you, man. You're supposed to be a conscious brother that's out here protecting women and children. That's what you say. If this was your daughter, you wouldn't feel that way, Willie D. You wouldn't make up a conspiracy theory about Wendy Williams' ex-husband. Because who the fuck is Wendy Williams' ex-husband? And he can't touch the Breakfast Club, the biggest, blackest media that's out here. And we got guys like Charlamagne the God that's out here admitting that he had sex with a 15-year-old girl and had to give her Spanish fly to do it. Wake up, people. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody, this go along, get along gang, I really don't like it. I'm disappointed in Willie D for being part of the go along, get along gang when it comes to Charlamagne the God. I don't give a shit if he shuns me from this YouTube and the podcast gang. What's right is right. He's a rapist, a molester. A young 15-year-old girl was drugged and had sex with him, and you heard him right here. She was not coherent. Willie D, you should have listened to that before you made your video, because now it got me looking at you different. It got me looking at you like you really don't care about the community. You just on here doing all this talking about racist shit, and you don't give a shit about the community, because when it comes to one of your friends in the go along, get along gang, instead of you revealing the truth, you came up with some shit that Wendy Williams' husband said he took credit for it. Of course he said he took credit for it, because he probably said something about it before. So why would he feel like, well, I took credit for it to be even brought up? Man, this girl is going through fucking pain. Going through pain. Going through pain. Right now today, and we got guys like Charlamagne laughing about it, Willie D taking up for a rapist. You know how many times I put Spanish fly in the female's drink? To have sex with her? Never. How many times I bought a gas station pill to have sex with a female? Never. I don't have to do that. If we're going to have sex, we're going to have sex. Why would you have to Like dude said, it don't make sense to nobody. Like the other guy said, well, what was the purpose of the Spanish Fly if y'all was gonna have sex anyway? Just don't add up. So we got this guy out here raping women. And where's Me Too? Where's the Me Too movement? Oh, they here too because they're part of the go along, get along gang as well, man. Charlamagne's writing books for these people. Black Lives Matter, Me Too people. You know, he's doing deals with them, all because he don't want to be arrested. Because I'm not sure, but I think these videos that he said, these may be enough to have a special prosecutor called on this case. And that's what I feel should happen because the black community has gone through it now. We just had Danny Boy admitting to fucking on Mary J. Blige when he was a teenager, man. Imagine what she had him doing. She's Mary J. Blige. He's a fucking young boy. In fact, Danny Boy is now gay. I'm not going to say it's because Mary J. Blige's pussy was funky, but I think it was something like that, man. Pussy was so fucking bad that he flipped gay. He wanted ass after that. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this story in the comment section. I'll be back later with more commentary. Peace.